Okay, yes. Now let us continue. Okay. Now, when the disciple heard this, he understood and began to clamor. Me first. You brought me here first. Put me to death first, not him. Now, the student, the disciple, knew what was going on. And then he just said, okay, no, 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 it should be me first who should be going to the state, okay, not the teacher. Why? Because you had brought me first. So he wanted, what should I say, which is the king to put him first instead of the teacher. The guru and the disciple now got into a fight about who should go first. The king was puzzled by this behavior. He asked the guru, "Why do you want to die? We chose him because we needed a fat man for this state." "You should not ask me such question. Put me to death first," replied the guru. Okay, now the king and the minister, they were puzzled. Why? Because normally we were afraid of going to death first, isn't it? Nobody want to go to die. Okay, so now here guru and student, they were fighting who should go first. So the king was puzzled and he just asked the guru, "Why do you want to die?" Okay, king, and then the guru said, "You should not ask such question." The guru said that the king should not ask such question. So put me to that first, replied the guru. All the guru said was he wanted to die first, not the student. Okay, why? There is some mystery here. As a wise man, you must make me understand. The king was puzzled and told the guru to tell, what should I say, what the main reason was, why he was, what should I say, uh, going to die first. Okay, yes. "Will you promise me to death if I tell you?" asked the guru. The king gave him his solemn word. The guru took him aside out of the servant's earshot and whispered to him, "Do you know why we want to die right now, the two of us? We have been all over the world, but we have never found a city like this or a king like you. That stake is the stake of the God of justice. It is new, it has never had a criminal on it. Whoever dies on it first will be reborn as the king of this country, and whoever goes next will be the future minister of this country. We are sick of aesthetic life. It would be nice to enjoy our lives as a king and minister for a while. Now keep your words, my lord, and put us to death. Me first, remember?" Okay, yes. So now the king wanted to know why the wise man wanted to die. Okay, and then the wise man, I mean the guru, he just called the king aside. Okay, so that the minister could not hear, and the guru just whispered. He said that they wanted to die because all this time they had been moving around the world and they had never found a city like this and the king like him. Okay, he also said that this stake was the God of justice, and it was new, and no criminal had died on this. So the guru said that whoever dies on it first will be reborn as the king of this country. He said that whoever dies first would be the king of this country, and whoever dies next would be the future minister of this country. You got it? Now, this must be some trick. And they said, and the guru said that they were, what should I say, tired of their life. They lead as ascetic life. Okay, so they were tired of this, and this time in the future life, they wanted to live a life of a king and a minister. So that's why they both are, what should I say, ready to die, because they knew that after, what should I say, dying, they would become the king and the minister. You got it? So that is what Guru told the, what should I say, the king. And the Guru said, "Okay, my lord, now put us to death. Okay, now if you please put us to death." Remember, the Guru should be the first one. Okay, yes. Now, this is what the king heard. Okay, now let us see what the king would do. The king was now thrown into deep thought. He did not want to lose the kingdom to someone else in the next round of life. He needed time, so he ordered the execution postponed to the next day and talked in secret with his minister. It is not right for us to give over the kingdom to others in the next life. Let us go on to the stake ourselves, and we will be reborn as king and minister again. Holy man, do not tell lies, he said, and the minister agreed. Now the king, we all know that the king was foolish. So a good, intelligent man can do anything. You got it? So the king believed the guru, and he did not want to lose his kingdom even in the next life. Okay, he knew that whoever dies would become the future king and the minister. And now he did not want to lose his kingdom for someone else. So he ordered the execution postponed. The execution was postponed. Postponed means to delay it, okay, for the next day. And then he called the minister and said, it is not right for us to give our kingdoms to others in the next life. So they decided to go on the stake together. The king and the minister, they wanted to be the first person to go on the stake so that they would be reborn as the king and the minister again. They believed. The king said that holy men do not tell lies. Okay, the holy man is the guru. The guru would never tell lies. Whatever he was saying, it was true. Okay, and the minister was also foolish, and they agreed. Now they agreed. Now let us see what happens. So he told the executioner, we will send the criminals tonight. When the first man comes to you, put him to death first. Then do the same to the second man. Those are my orders. Don't make any mistake. Now the king, what did he do? He called the executioner. So executioner means the person who will do the execution. And he said that they are going to send the criminal tonight. Not today, but they are going to send the criminals tonight. And whoever comes first, you have to put him to death first. Okay? And the king also ordered the executioner not to make any mistake. Okay? So he was very particular. The first man would become the king, and the second man would become the minister. So the king told him not to make any mistake. Okay, yes. So let us see. That night, the king and his minister went secretly to the prison, released the guru and the disciple, disguised themselves as the two, and as arranged beforehand with the loyal servants, were taken to the stake and promptly executed. So you see, the king and the minister, they went secretly in the prison. What did they do? They released the guru and the disciple, and they took their clothes and they disguised themselves as the guru and disciple. You got it? Because they wanted to die. Okay, so they, which as told to the servant, they were taken to the stake and they were executed. Now it was not the guru and disciple, it was the king and the minister who were executed, and nobody knew. Okay, yes. Now let us see what happens. Okay, yes. When the bodies were taken down to be thrown to the crows and vultures, the people panicked. They saw before them the dead bodies of the king and the minister. The city was in confusion. All night they mourned and discussed the future of the kingdom. Some people certainly thought of the guru and disciple and caught up with them as they were preparing to leave town unnoticed. We, we people need a king and a minister, said someone. Others agreed. They begged the guru and the disciple to be their king and their minister. It did not take many arguments to persuade the disciple, but it took longer to persuade the guru. They finally agreed to rule the kingdom of the foolish and the silly minister on the condition that they could change all the old laws. From then on, night would be again night and day would again be day, and you could get nothing for a doo-doo. It became like any other place. You got it? Okay, yes. So the next morning, the bodies were taken out, and the bodies were to be thrown to the crows and vultures. And when they saw their own king and the minister, the people panicked. They saw before them the dead bodies of the king and minister. Now the city was in confusion. There was lots and lots of confusion because they did not have any king to look after their kingdom. You got it? So suddenly people thought of guru and disciple. The people knew, oh, there was one guru and what should I say? That the disciple. So they went to them and then said, people need a king and minister, said someone, and others agreed. They all agreed that they needed a king and a minister to look after their kingdom. So they begged the guru and the disciple to be their king and the minister. Okay, the disciple agreed easily, but it took long time for the guru to accept. But they finally accept on one condition. Okay, so what was the condition? The condition was to change the old law. The old law, you remember? Okay, yes, people have to wake up in the night, people have to go to sleep during the daytime, and you get everything for a doo-doo like this. Now he wanted this law to be changed, and then the people agreed, and then from then on what happened? Night would be night again and day would be day, and you could get nothing for a doo-doo. Okay, yes, because every item has its own price. It's different. Okay, and then it became like any other place. So that is what should I say, the story in the kingdom of fools. You know, this is just a folk tales. You have also heard so many folk tales. Folk tales. We Tibetans have also Tibetan folk tales. Okay, I have also heard so many folk tales. I'm sure you have also heard. So with this, we have finished with this folk tale. I'm sure you have enjoyed this. Now, after doing this, after completing this, I want you to do the exercises. Okay? Yes, thank you.